What is it, YouTube man? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy Mouse. And as you can see, we survived the hurricane. Check it out. The hurricane already started. Like my neighbor still got his windows boarded up. My other neighbor as well too. I'm still in the process of putting stuff back up. Apologize for not dropping the video this week like that, but it was just a little bit hectic. We didn't get hit with no crazy force winds or nothing like that. But it did knock over like branches and just little things, so your boy actually had to help clean up here at my people's house, and then I had to go clean up at my house as well too. It is Friday, September 1st, man. We only got a few months left till the year is over, so we're gonna make the best of it. We've been working on the door panels. They actually sat down pretty good. I think the molds are actually ready to get some rings loaded up, and we actually got the speaker rings already in the mail, and I'm gonna go ahead and show them to you right now, and then we'll probably put them in a nice little position just so you can get idea what exactly is going to go on with the door panel as well too. I got the 10-inch mid that we are actually going to be using for the door panel, and it's a PRV, and it's one of the good ones. So once the door panel's built and everything, the customer's going to go ahead and load his own door panel up, and I'm going to go ahead and tell him to bring the truck back just so we can hear it. But my job is just pretty much just to go ahead and just build the door panels for him. He's going to handle the rest. So here we actually have the rings. So this door panel is actually going to get 3 10s on the door panel. It is going to get one of the bigger tympano horns. That's crazy what weight will do. You see how it's teeter-tottering? And so this is not the actual ring for the tweeter, but we're just going to use this as a reference just so you know what's going on. This is just not even a layout. This is just the ring sitting on the door. But more than likely, these doors are going to have the 10s, maybe 110 right here. That's where the factory speaker is located at. We're going to have to cut that out, cut the door panel out, and then put the door panel back on the door and see how much depth we got to play with so we know how much, to pop this guy out or not. But with it being where the factory location of the factory speakers at, I think we got a lot of space to work with. And when I show you the speaker here in a little bit, you'll see that the magnet's not really wide or deep. So it should give us pretty much a good enough play so we can position this speaker ring as much as we want. But this one, where the spot's at on the door panel, I think we're pretty much clear to do anything that we want to do. The second ring, which we are going to be putting them at different angles, because I could just be like the regular guy and put them all 3 straight, but I just feel like that's just like plain and simple. I like to see like curvature and nice, flowing lines, so the door panel just doesn't look like a flat one. It just looks like it has a few waves and curves going on, because I feel that it'll just give it that just much better look versus if it was just going across straight. If that was the case, I just would have built a door panel out of wood and it would have been a done day. But with doing a fiberglass mold and doing fiberglass, it gives me the freedom to pretty much just do and create something that's going to be unique and not just plain and simple. You see what I'm trying to say? We're probably going to cut this section out and then probably cut a little bit of this section out just so we can be able to countersink this ring a little bit better, because you do got to keep in mind that when we're sitting in the seat and the 10s right here, there's going to be plastic parts going along the door, along the seat where the controllers are at. And depending on the angle and how much, we're going to put this guy at, we don't want it for any reason when he goes ahead and slams his door for it to hit the door, or for it to, get slammed and hit the seat in any of the spots. It's going to be a very critical position that we're going to have to do, because we're going to make sure that it doesn't hit the seat for nothing. And even if we get it to the point where you can slide a piece of paper in it, that's going to be a win for us, because there are some nights sometimes people go out and party like myself, and you just want to play your music loud, and then you get in your car or your truck or whatever and you slam your door. The last thing you want to do is worry about slamming it and it hitting up against your seat, and then you got to slam it again and in front of people. People will notice that, and you don't want to look like no type of clown. You know what I'm saying? As funny as that sound, I've seen where people got to like literally slam the door in order for the door panels to to shut properly, or for the doors to shut properly. There's sometimes too where people, the only way they can shut the door if their seat is only positioned a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Your door panels, when you build them, they got to be built right to where your seat can be positioned at any way you want it, forward, backward, sideways, or everything. And the door panels that you got on your door would never hit it. Same with the back. The back, we got a little bit of freedom we got to work with. I think in this area it's pretty much open, but we do got to cut a little bit of metal out just so we can countersink the magnet, so the speaker can just clear all the way good, and so it all looks really good and not up and bulky. I've seen some door panels where like the speaker is like way up and it just looks crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I like to countersink them as much as possible and keep them down low so it doesn't, you know, pass, you know, this right here. I've seen some where they're like really up and that just looks really awkward. Because of the size of the horn literally has to go here. And I don't blame the horn if we have to be a little bit bulky with it, but we have to be bulky but with some style. So we're going to go ahead and cut a lot of the metal out right there. I think the window motor will probably be in this area. So we just have to find its right, you know, spot so it'll clear it but not make it look too crazy. So it's not bulking up like crazy. You see what I'm saying? But with picking up this one a little bit, and then if we were to pick this one up and angle it a bit, and this one as well too, if we angle it in the right position, we pretty much blend in the bulkiness so you never really even notice, unless, you know, if I would have told you or if you really look at it. It should just look like a nice flowing panel, you see what I'm saying, and then dip down into it versus it being like really high up. Like a quick reference for the tweeter ring may be a little bit smaller because this is actually a cutout for a horn, but the tweeter, I believe, is actually way smaller than this. And this one looks kind of rough. You see what I'm saying? I think this is like an older ring that I had. But anyways, so the tweeter ring will be way smaller. And that guy, we can pretty much just like put it anywhere. But I don't like to have like everything smushed up and then having like a blank spot. I like to it somewhat just look like a full door. In some flat areas, it may just look awkward, but we're going to try definitely to make it look like a nice full door. You see what I'm saying? Even like a layout like this would look a lot better than, you know, a layout versus, you know, like this. You see what I'm trying to say? Or even, you know, a layout like this. And then we got to think about as well too, placement of the speakers, because when you open up that door, do you want them, you know, angled out so where you hear them, or facing a certain way, or firing a certain way? But I think we should be able to get started on these rings come Monday. All the woodworking and the stands and everything, I will do them on Monday, as well as making the rings for the actual tweeters on Monday as well too. And you see this step right here with the round over? Well, I am actually going to go try to get me a small round over bit so we can give it a step on this guy as well too, just because I feel when I do the fleecing, it'll definitely give it a different look other than fleecing it and it being, you know, just on top of it. I want it to be able to staple it on the edge, so when I pull the fleece, it gives it a nice curved look. You see what I'm saying? Most people would like to just like spread the fleece all over, stretch it, and then they'll come in here and staple it on the inside. But I'm not trying to look for nothing flat, guys. I like, you know, curves and stuff like that. But it is going to be rather hard because it is, you know, a countersunk ring, so I only have this much wood to play with versus, you know, this guy right here. But you see how this one is rather small, so I think if we use the right small round over bit, it's going to work out for the best. Monday we're going to actually get back on these door panels and do a lot of the woodworking, so definitely stay tuned for that. That video is going to be dope, and then with that video we'll actually get back to all the cool edits and all that other stuff, man. Your boy's just been really busy doing house stuff around here, to making sure that we got a house up and going. And, you know, I try to give my parents a hand too to get stuff going for them. And then we're going to get back on the grind with doing all the cool videos and, you know, doing all the working and stuff like that. But let's check this tin out, man. This tin looks so dope. You know, I like, you know, doing different installs for people, and then we get to use different types of products. And let me know if you guys want to see a video, you know, doing a test with this 10-inch speaker, man. But let's check it out real quick. We have the PRV 10W650A4. These are the Alto series, I think that's what they're called. This is actually a 4-ohm speaker. I really don't know why he got a 4-ohm. Maybe his plan on wiring it down is going to be something specific for an amp, because usually people get 8 ohm speakers. I did not buy this. The customer actually bought it himself, but I will let him know that it is a 4 ohm, just in case he hasn't bought any more, or if he has a plan for doing 4 ohm speakers. Okay, so right off the bat, we have the PRV with a nice cone face on it. Then you have the PRV logo on it. Man, it almost looks like the Deltas that we be using, but these are actually like way better than the Deltas, and they can hold way more power. And I'm pretty sure that these things can talk, because I actually think the dude that I seen his stunt wall the other day, he actually had like 6 of these, and these things were talking. And just on those 610s, I think he had a 3,000 watt tera amps on it, and man, that thing was like really getting it. He was playing it more of a mid-range, which this is actually more of a mid-range speaker. But although if you got your tuning, you know, a specific way, you can probably get some good mid-bass out of these guys. This is the Alto series, 10W650A4, 4 ohms, 325 RMS, 650 program power, and 1300 watts peak. That is still a lot of power you can put on this guy right here. If he's going to do the 610s, I would put the Tera Amps MD5K on it and just tune it right, and that thing will definitely get it, guys. 650 watts is probably what, you know, you can probably put on it the most. But if you really want to push this guy to the level, you know, you can put the 1300 on it. But, you know, what I would do is I wouldn't put no more than 1,000 watts on each of these guys, because you don't want to overdrain them or overpower them to where the point where you can only play them a few times and then they're going to blow out. I think if you have 1,000 times 6 of them, that's 6,000 watts, and that Tera Amps 5K would definitely do justice on 6 of these guys, and that thing is going to be really, really loud, especially if you have a good tune and you have a good DSP, which I think he is going to do. Man, these things are going to be unstoppable. Overall, your boy gives this the certification that this thing is really badass. Man, I love seeing speakers. I love even seeing them when they're brand new. My speakers on my Silverado have seen better days, but all that's going to change, man, because your boy is saving up. And very, very soon, after the next job we got going on, man, we are going to actually, I do want to redo the system, but I don't want to redo it because I don't want to jeopardize myself not going to the Florida Classic and having my truck to jam. So I think we're just going to just replace speakers, but we're going to do something in there that's actually going to help it out a little bit. But, you know, stay tuned and subscribe, and you're going to see what I'm talking about through, you know, time will tell. Most definitely, guys, I think like in 2 weeks, man, I'm going to drop a fire-ass video for you guys to watch, man. That thing is going to be crazy. It's going to be good. I'm putting a lot of effort into it, and man, it is going to be bomb, man. So definitely stay tuned. It's going to be different. It's going to be very, very different. It's going to be something that no car audio YouTuber has done yet, and your boy is going to be the first one to do it here on the channel, man. So you're definitely going to want to be a part of it, and, you know, stick around and watch it, because, man, I can't wait. Your boy can't wait. You just stick around and watch. So like I said, overall, I give it the big thumbs up on the PRV speaker. I give it the big thumbs up on the speaker rings. As long as no hurricanes come back, man, I think we're ready to rock and roll. I'm trying to get these door panels done within like 2 weeks so we can have a week off and then, you know, get back on the grind and finish my homeboy stuff up, which it's building a console. And, man, we can finally get on our stuff, guys. But, man, I do appreciate every single one of you guys starting to watch all the videos. Man, the views have went up big time, man, big time. And big shout out to those who reached out to me on social media and asked if your boy was straight during a hurricane, man. That was really, really awesome. Man, like, I'm not used to that type of stuff. So, like, it really makes me feel, you know, real good inside knowing that, you know, there's people, like, different states and actually different countries that, you know, care about your boy, man. That's really badass, man, you know. And same thing with me, you know, like, I try to reach out to people that I know that are going through, like, a hurricane or tornado or stuff like that, just to make sure that they're straight, man, because, you know, like, you know, we're the gang, man. We've been watching each other for almost like a few years. If you guys been here for a good little minute, so like, man, we've grown like this, guys. So, man, it's really awesome. I appreciate you guys. It is Friday. Your boy actually got to cut hair, but I'm gonna try to edit this video and drop it here in a little bit. Like I said, it's not gonna be no crazy edits or no crazy songs or nothing too crazy. It's just a pretty much it is what it is video, guys. And so I appreciate your time stopping by. Appreciate you guys checking up on me, man. Definitely stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and your boy will catch you on the next one. Peace.